That's the way to go.
Take action on it, but just because 3 IAS officers were found corrupt, I have no right to say all IAS officers are corrupt. Maybe some politicians have indulged in corruption. I do not believe we can write off the political establishment. Like that, there have been judges of the Supreme Court, there have been people in media, there are allegations against media houses. How far are you going to take this argument to ban legitimate and credible possibilities? You can't ban the possibility.
No, I have another question for Mr. Qureshi. Mr. Qureshi, you are saying that, this could sway public opinion and public mood. Tomorrow, when say 5 lakh people turn up at a Narendra Modi rally in Patna or Bhopal or Varanasi or wherever he is doing this rally, and all channels cut to it, it comes in every single newspaper, you can say just the sheer number of people attending a Modi rally also could sway opinion. Therefore, channels must not show Modi's rally live. To what extent do we take this argument about opinion being swayed by what people see? To what extent do you think we need to trust voters to come to their own conclusion on the basis of their own reasoning as opposed to getting swayed by what they see? Mr. Qureshi.
Yes, Rahul, number one, I'm not very comfortable by making it a political issue. I don't want to name any party. I don't want to get into any debate in naming people. So that's not the point. We are discussing the science or the fiction of opinion polls. That is the issue. Please allow me to continue on that. And don't even bring in the IAS and all that. I think these are very silly arguments. Point is, it is not 1 or 2 or 3 rogue organizations. There were 11 of them, which means the rot is much deeper than we know. And we need to do something about it. If political parties think it is all right, then let it be all right. Let it continue. If you are happy with this, let it continue. But we do feel that anything which interferes with free and fair election, any undue influence, and undue influence is the corrupt practice and an offense in IPC and in the Representation of People Act. We feel that any deceitful opinion poll to create a bandwagon effect is an undue influence on the voter, and it interferes with free and fair poll. And
question then to Shiv Vishwanathan. You are citing what is important cephalogically, a bandwagon effect. That if all these opinion polls and every single one of them at this time seems to indicate that Narendra Modi is winning and he's gaining traction, the Aam Aadmi Party especially alleges that this is just hogwash, that this is a conspiracy by Modi to pump up his numbers. It's not happening on the ground. There is no Modi wave. There's a wave only on TV. Now, there is something called a bandwagon effect. Do you think that applies in the case of these opinion polls, that if polls say that Modi is winning, more people start believing and therefore he may end up doing better than he actually would if these polls were not put out? Shiv Vishwanathan?
See, I think if you push this argument too far, you'll have to ban weather reports. Weather reports do influence people's behavior, but they're meant to, because to a certain extent the openness of information is crucial. I think poll surveys perform an equivalent but more limited function. They might influence people, but I think they do something more important. They activate the political. They create discussions. They allow for gossip. They allow for certain kinds of simulated debate. I think this democratic function is more important. If they are adulterated, question the adulteration. But for heaven's sakes, don't throw out a tool which is now a very crucial part of the democratic imagination.
I'm running on our screen graphics about the norms in other countries. In the United Kingdom, there is a body that actually audits polls done by various polling agencies. You've got similar rules in Canada, where there were rules crafted in 2000. In the United States, polling organizations are part of the National Council on Public Polls. All details of survey findings are issued for public release. And Headlines Today, in fact, has been at the forefront of encouraging this whole practice of transparency by putting out more and more details about assumptions, methodology, weightages, the manner in which the end numbers are arrived at. But there is a larger question, and I want to put that also before we end the first part of Center Stage tonight. I want to put that question first to Shiv Vishwanathan. The reality in India has been that opinion polling has been hit and miss. Because of the complexity of the Indian electoral equation, There have been several polls by even the top pollsters that have often got their results wrong. They might get their vote shares right, but the extrapolation into seats often ends up being wrong. Therefore, people say that opinion polls are not reliable and therefore they should be banned. Why put them out if you're not sure if they can be trusted? Why put them out if you're not sure that they will be true? Unlike a bipolar election in the United States where you can pretty much predict what's happening, in India, even the best pollster puts the numbers out and then has his fingers crossed. That's the reality. Shiv Vishwanathan first.
Hey, first, let's be clear. You're working within a domain of complexity. There are multiple causes. You're talking about a diversity of institutions. Within this kind of thing, to equate a pole to a pendulum is bad science. Two, I think it's important here to improve the sociology of the tool, to be more transparent. When you begin your poll survey, you state your method, you state your biases, you state your sampling, you state the limits. That transparency is a part of the scientific method. And that kind of transparency adds to democracy. You are not making 100% evaluations. You're stating a tool which is vulnerable, which is still being developed, which can be adulterated, and you're showing the possibilities of that. I think there's an excitement here that we must respect and understand. Banning it doesn't help you improve the tool.
Banning it is no solution.